everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought I'd share how I give report to another CNA. As mentioned before, I am in the float pool, so I go to many units, and all those units have a different, but similar, but very different layout of how their CNA to CNA report sheet is. And for example, if someone were to ask me within the first 10 minutes, hey, what is this patient's diet? Or what is this patient's contact precautions? I wouldn't know on top of my head, so I would have to go through the sheet. And sometimes there's 2 pieces of paper that's front and back, so I have to go through all of them. And then the way how their report sheet is, it's all the information is there, and you just have to check off what is needed for that patient. And so I have to like look, find what I'm looking for, and then see within that box what is actually checked off. So for me personally, since I'm not there every day, I'm not used to it, so it'll take me a while, and so I've just created this for myself. It'll be a little bit easier when I'm giving report, and when somebody asks me a question, I know exactly where it is because it's mine. And of course, at the end of the shift, I'll create one using their own report sheet to give it off to the night CNA. But like throughout the shift, I find this to be very helpful, and when I'm giving report, this is very helpful for me. So what you're gonna need is just a regular piece of paper and a 4-colored pen. And this is optional, but as you'll see, I like to color coordinate things. So for starters, we're just gonna fold the paper in half like so. I think this is like the hamburger way, right? Not the hot dog way. And then you'll fold it again. And then one more time. So you should end up with something like so. When you open it up, you should have 8 squares in the front and 8 squares in the back. 1 square will be one patient's information. And let's start off with the green. I like using the green for the room numbers, and their first and last name is on the top row, their age, and whether they're a male or female. So for example, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. During the day shift, I have about 9 to 10 patients, and then when I work nights, I had like about 12 patients around. So this paper covers up to 16 patients, right? And I would never have up to 16 patients, which is good, so I don't have that many pieces of paper that I have to carry around. And if a patient gets discharged and I get another one readmitted into the room, I can use another extra square, or as you'll see, if not, because I'm writing big so you guys can see it on camera. But on my regular days, I only fill up half of the square. So if that patient gets discharged, I'm just able to cross that off and use the other half, so for the new patient. So let's just start off with what I said. The top row will be their last name and their first, their age, and if they're a male or a female. So let's give an example. Smith John. He is 89 years old and is a male. Correct? And then after that, I like to switch it to the blue pen or the black pen, doesn't matter. After that, I want to know if the patient is full code or if that patient is DNR. So code status, it would be the first one. Let's say this patient is full code. So if anything were to happen, we would perform CPR on that patient. Next one would be their diet. Let's say this patient is NPO. And the next one would be, how alert and oriented is this patient? And the scale is 1 to 5. Again, unit to unit, this can vary. Sometimes it's 1 to 3. 1 meaning the lowest that it can be. Sometimes they can be nonverbal, totally out of it, unconscious. And then 5 meaning they're able to answer all the questions. They know where they are. They know the date. They know the president, the current president. And so, yeah, they are almost normal and ready to go out of the hospital. So let's say this patient is alert and oriented times 3. The next one is my favorite one, which is how the patient is able to go to the bathroom. Because when you're going in there and introducing yourself, the first thing they want to do is go to the bathroom. And sometimes you'll ask them, oh, well, are you able to walk to the bathroom? And they'll say yes, but in reality, they can't. So looking back at the report sheet, and you'll be able to figure out, do they need any assistive devices like a walker, a cane? Are they even able to walk in the first place? So for example, this patient has a Foley and a brief or an adult diaper. And this patient is on bed rest and would be turn every 2 hours, putting a pillow on each side every 2 hours. And from here on out, these are the basics, basically the basics. And from here on out, everything else is more specific to the patient. For example, if they have a JP tube, if they have an NG tube, some other preferences like, oh, this person likes ice cream, specifically chocolate ice cream. If they get really angry throughout the day, a vanilla ice cream will calm them down, you know, stuff like that. Otherwise, this is pretty much it. And then in red is the contact precaution. So what should you be looking out for when you walk into this patient's room? So let's say this patient has MRSA. So it's in red, so I know right off the bat this person has this contact precaution. Because a lot of staff members, let's say the lab, or if they're coming in for an x-ray and they see that and they see you walking by, they're going to ask you and say, hey, what am I looking out for? I'll pull this out. It's right there in red. Boom, I know what to say. And that's pretty much it. And like I said, see, I have, so for example, if this patient got discharged, I will be able to cross this out and still use this other half for the new patient if we get one. If not, I can always go to the back and use the extra squares that I have. But that's pretty much it. And like I said before, and I keep saying, this is not it. Some patients have more things than others, but these are just the basics. And I always write it in this order, so I know like all the boxes that I'm writing, they're all in the same order, so I know where to look at. And it just makes things easier for me. So if you guys liked this video and found this helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!